Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Just seeing me with a new banknote today, and this banknote was actually not bought, but it was traded. What do I mean by traded? Well, when collectors have extra banknotes and a collector wants a new banknote without paying, that's pretty much I believe how trading works. I mean, for me at least, that's how I understand it. Some collectors would trade their extra banknotes for the other guy's extra banknote, which is why I got this. So I traded my old Australian $5 note for this 20 Qatari Rial banknote from my friend. Now he's my neighbor and he goes to the same school as me. He also has a collection, but his collection is in a wallet, and you could see the state of this banknote. This came from him, and basically he has this small wallet. I'd give an example. It's like this, and he'd put the collection in there, and some of the banknotes are folded. Some of them have tears, which is why I'm very cautious with my own banknotes because of tears. When they get folded like this. I've never folded my banknotes. Well, actually, before I did, but now I try my best not to get them folded, which is why I have stuff like these. Though I never really bought this, but I did got it during my flight. But I always try to get stuff like this too. I got this for free actually, but now I've just kept it. So this is for straightening banknotes, and I also want my wallet to be like this. This is a purse. This is a woman's purse, but I got it myself because I want to store banknotes with it, and I wanted to make the banknotes straight. So yeah, I traded my old Australian dollar note for this banknote, and I have a newer one. It's basically just a replacement banknote. There's nothing special with it because the security features were fading, so I had to buy a new one. I wanted to see those security features again, and he actually has 4 of these, so I think that's cool. Also, I don't know if you could see that, but there's a little tape down there because again, this banknote had a tear. So now let's get into the banknote itself. So this banknote is a 20 Riyals banknote from Saudi Arabia. This is a commemorative banknote, and this banknote in particular is the first ever 20 Riyals banknote that Saudi Arabia issued. Saudi Arabia never issues banknotes with the denominations of 2, 20, and 200 for general circulation. They always have it in denominations like 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500. They always avoid the 2 denominations in general circulation, but with every chance that they got, they always try to make it into a commemorative one, which I believe is cool than making it just a regular circulating banknote. So this banknote in particular is the centennial of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from 1899 to 1999. The guy in the front is King Abdulaziz ibn Saud. Alright, before we proceed with the information, I want to talk about a little bit of history about Ibn Saud, the guy featured in the banknote. Now, I want to give more information about him, but I want to give you a little bit of history of how he even became the first king of Saudi Arabia. Now, it wouldn't be until 1932 that the modern state of Saudi Arabia would actually be a thing, and who would be the first king to do so. Because before 1932, Saudi Arabia was split into different kingdoms. The Kingdom of Najd and the Kingdom of Hejaz. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And Ibn Saud himself came from Najd. He was a Najdi, and he was from there. Now, what was the 1899 thing of Saudi Arabia's centennial? Well, actually, the centennial celebrations refer to the 1999 milestone, marking the 100 years since King Abdulaziz Al Saud's capture of Riyadh in 1902. This means that He got Riyadh and then he established the House of Saud, and from there on, the House of Saud has become the ruling monarch ever since. So that's basically how it is. But it wouldn't be until 1932 that Hejaz and Najd were unified by royal decree. So that 1932 thing became Saudi National Day, and this was in 23 September. So yeah. And they also have another thing called the Saudi Founding Day. This is celebrated every 22nd February. So this one is a bit different because it commemorates the enthronement of Imam Muhammad bin Saud in 1727 and the founding of the first Saudi state. So, yeah. Anyways, let's just proceed to the video. He was the first ever king or monarch of modern Saudi Arabia. He is regarded as the father of the nation. He is also featured on the 500 Riyals banknote, and I believe the 100 Riyals as well, maybe just the 500. And on the right side of this banknote is the Quba Mosque in Medina. Now, if we don't know, and this is a little bit of a fun fact, but Saudi monarchs are considered as the custodians of the two holy mosques in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca and Medina. Over here in the back is the Jabal al-Nur, or the Hill of Light. This is a mountain near Mecca in the Hejaz region of Saudi Arabia. And over here on the left side you can see it says KSA 100 years. So I like this banknote's design in particular. It was kind of ahead of its time, and the design doesn't look that quite old, but with designs like these and modern looking security features, I kinda like the combination. They remind me of Egyptian banknotes. Now let's get on with the security features. So obviously this is a paper banknote, so you have a watermark in here. Let's get a light source. So if you point the light source behind that, you could see the watermark, and it's basically just the bigger portrait. And you could see the number 20 up there. That's what's called an electrotype. And over here you see this line over there, that is a fully embedded security thread. Speaking of security threads, in the back we have a Windows security thread. You see these metal things right there? Well, that is actually a strip of security thread. That is a security thread, and if you don't know, banknotes are made of layers of paper, so it's like woven into the paper. So if you point a light behind it, you could see a whole line form, and you can see some words in there as well. It's mostly in Arabic. And another security feature is this one. This is what's called an iridescent ink. So if you tilt that right there, you can see it says number 20 and the emblem of Saudi Arabia, which is the palm trees and the swords. And over here in the front is this holographic patch thing. This is what I like about some of these banknotes. Some of these older banknotes always have these holographic patch. So yeah. So now what we have to do is to check the UV features. And how do we do that? By closing the light, obviously, and, you know, getting a UV light. So let's just point it here, and you could see some stuff start to light up. So you could see this part over here. If we just point it closer, you could see that right there. Number 20, that box right there. You could see the security thread lighting up as well. There's nothing much in the back, but you could see a faint image over here. It's basically the portrait on the front. I don't know if you could see that. Now, lights on, and we're back. So that is my new banknote. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. And to any Saudi Arabians watching this video, shukran, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.